So going for a short ride again on the irony 83 today, a rather very interesting topic for all you guys. And today, I just hope the voice is clear and the fogging issues don't. So anyhow, today's topic is about motorcycle rentals. It's gonna be a very controversial topic. I'm gonna be knocking a lot of sense into many so-called mature people's heads, mature bikers and people's heads this time. So as you all know, in Hyderabad, Driven has become a household name when it comes to renting superbikes and supercars to just about anybody who's willing to pay. Now, they might argue that they only give out motorcycles to known people. Now, I don't know what their definition of known or references is. Now, back when Driven had started, it's been almost a year, I think, and I heard about the whole thing. I approached a guy, I don't want to be naming him, who works there. I had told him that, if you're going to start renting out motorcycles, more than the commercial aspect, you need to keep in mind that, a lot of young riders, a lot of people who cannot afford the motorcycles are going to come to you to rent the bikes out. And even though they might be able to afford the rentals and all, you need to first educate them on how to ride these kind of bikes safely. Now, riding superbikes safely is like, what do I say? They are unsafe. That's about it. It's just your luck and your little bit of skills which help you through the tricky situations. But end of the day, these motorcycles are dangerous, at least for our Indian roads, where the conditions are unpredictable. They are. Like, you see that auto guy who just decided to park in the middle of the road on a bad patch, he might probably execute a U-turn in a moment. So, he's fuck all. Okay, he's not even there inside. Anyways, so I had told them that, at least now in India, in US and Europe and other countries, you have licensing classes, as in you cannot ride a certain category of bike until you are a certain age. Fuck this shit. Until you're a certain age. But here in India, it's pretty chilled out, man. I mean, there was even a video on Top Gear about how the world's easiest riding test and driving test, it's here in India. It's very easy to get hold of a license. Nobody even cares if you even give the riding or driving test or not, You just get the driving license here. Once you have the license, after 18, you can ride any bike, any car. There's no restrictions. So point here is, I told these guys that, at least implement a training program, or even a little, at least, if not a practical, just a theoretical class. Now, it doesn't take rocket science to ride these super bikes really, but all you need is good reflexes and a mature head. Basically, you should know when to rip and not to rip, and if you're a new rider, you should not push the limits just to show off. So that's what I told them, that, keep some theoretical classes, give out a little bit of like a card or a certificate saying that, this guy has undergone this training or this session with us, so, he's kind of fit to ride motorcycles. It might not be the most perfect solution to avoid accidents, but still it's going to help people a lot. Who knows, maybe they're going to listen to your tips, maybe the tips are going to help them in some or the other way, because you just cannot go ahead, give a, say, ZX14R to a guy who's been riding an R15 all his life. I mean, it's up to that guy. If he's a mature enough guy, he knows how to control the throttle, it's good. But with a college going kid who can pay, no doubt, who can pay, what if he dies? Who's going to take the responsibility? And Driven, sorry to say, but they've gone so commercial. They've been expanding their fleet of bikes, they've been expanding their fleet of cars, they have Porsches and all, God knows what all not now. Honestly, I don't give a fuck. I feel more than what they're investing in the cars and the bikes, they should invest a little bit on the safety aspect. Now, some random guy who himself doesn't know much about bikes is going to come and tell people how to ride a super bike. That is not acceptable, guys. You're investing lakhs of rupees. You're investing lakhs of rupees in your new fleet of cars, in expanding your cafe and all that. Can't you spend a little bit to set up something wherein you can instruct the people how to ride really? What's the difference between a super bike riding a superbike, the throttle response, how early you should brake. At least a little bit of, at least one day session is gonna help people a lot. It's really gonna help people. And if you do this, maybe the government will take notice. Maybe you can approach the government. Maybe start up a proper riding school for superbikes in the near future. It's a good business plan too. Giving you a good business plan actually. If the owners or the people who run Driven are watching this, it's a good business plan. You can start a riding school, you can start a driving school, help people, and maybe the government will introduce licensing classes anytime in the near future, because these bikes and cars, they're going to be sold in abundance now. The culture is taking the pick pretty well here. So why don't you do that? That's just my advice, because I've seen so many accidents which have been happening with people who rent out bikes on Driven, and I don't know what is this mentality people have here, like, if they're running a big business, or if they're riding such big bikes, even people who take it on rent, they take things too much on their ego. That's really bad. So it might be easy, anybody can afford nowadays. Paisa kiske paas nahi hai bhai, everyone has money, it's not a big deal. Anyone can go rent the bikes out, pay the safety deposit, and even Driven guys, you don't have to be so cocky about everything. Introduce this. Yes, you're giving everyone a very good platform. A lot of people who never could even think of riding these bikes are able to, rent them out for days and weeks together. But come on, you guys need to step up your game. Look a little bit into the safety of the customers too. Please introduce something like a training program, so that everyone can take notice. Issue out cards which say that if that guy has undergone training for one time, we can probably rent out the bikes from the next time at a little discount. Instead of using the referrals and and all that for giving discounts, use this scheme. At least it's going to promote the kids or promote the people who haven't been riding these motorcycles to come and learn something which might save their lives. Now, I don't want to be mentioning the incidents, but everyone knows how many, like, the riders who've died because of accidents, the riders who've crashed bikes. It's a loss of property, it's a loss of life. It's all pretty saddening. And even if something big hasn't happened till now, it's a disaster in the making. So that's just a little message I wanted to convey out to the Driven guys. And please, one more important message. I've said this before, I'm saying this again. Don't take advice from people who themselves don't know shit about motorcycles and are just trying to be wannabes. I've never claimed that, I'm a perfect biker, or I'm the most amazing guy, or I know the most about bikes. I don't. My channel, my bikes, the age I've been riding from, that speaks for itself, and I don't have to go around boasting it. And if I don't know something, I say I don't know it. I don't go around spreading false information. I learn from someone who knows better than me, and then I talk about that topic. So whenever you're taking advice from somebody, please think twice about who you're taking it from. So that's just a little message to you guys who are planning to go. Please take the bikes on rent and all, safety gear and all, it's okay, but the biggest safety gear is up there in your head, guys. As I've said in my RC390 video too, it's all about how well you control the throttle, how responsibly you ride, and end of the day think about your families. And Driven, please step up your game. It's a good business strategy too, and also it's going to help a lot of people. So think about it, introduce some licensing and class regulation. Nothing bad in renting on motorcycles. We just need a better law in place. So see you guys until next time. Bye bye.